Welcome to the Hemp culture. This part of the deal is the podcast deal. Trying to do something totally different, so totally off the cuff. I haven't did anything like this before, but we're gonna try it and see how it works. But before I get started, I want to also introduce some good products. This right here is called the lemonade, and shouts out to Shannon Sharp and them. Shouts out to Cam Newton and them. Shouts out to Drink Champs. But this is how we drink. We take a shot and we pour it over some ice like this here. We take a shot and we pour some over this ice right here. And guess what? Then we proceed to drink. And I'm just getting the drinks ready. But my feature person of the day is my man, Tony Smith. And Tony, man, he doing this thing, man. And he gonna actually share some of his testimony and how this product helped him. So, with that being said, cheers, my guy.
Cheers, bro.
Welcome to the show, man.
Appreciate
the podcast,
it, bro.
doing
Thanks for having me.
You ain't got to take it all in one shot. You just sip on it slow, man.
Yes, sir.
But guess what? When you take that drink right there, you totally healing your body. Unlike alcohol, you're gonna mess up your liver. But when you take this drink, it's gonna feed your endocannabinoid system and heal your nervous system, your organs, and all that good stuff. Now, you will get a buzz now. So, if you got a high tolerance, you need 2 shots. If you got a low tolerance, just take one and sip on it slow and do your thing.
Right.
But with that being said, Tony, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for having me.
Tony came through the store one day and I saw him come in. He said, "What is this all about?" And I gave him the tour, showed him everything, and I said, "This is what it can do." And when I told him everything that it's supposed to do, he was like, "Man, I'm gonna give it a shot." He did all the samples and everything. I said, "Man, if it don't work for you, you don't even have to come back." But not only did he come back, he's been a long-term customer. Man, Tony has given me so much wisdom that is unreal. So we sit down and we have great conversations to the point that we became customers and friends at the same time. I mean, we even discuss business opportunities. We even discuss all things that we are supposed to be discussing. And even from politics, social events, stuff that hurt us in our community and stuff like that. And it's been a good run.
Even the way we grew up together.
Even the way we grew up together, yeah.
Similar ways that we were brought up. Even the parenting style was so much alike. We found ourselves gravitating toward each other.
Absolutely.
Even as that. So
man, we shared a lot of tearful moments as well.
Yeah.
Because we believe that this is therapy for us. So with that being said, Tony, kind of tell your story, man, and how you all came about it. And you can just go. I'm gonna just let you freestyle. Right. I know you.
So hello, people. I got introduced to the hemp culture through an employer of mine. Through, I can't say government. I don't want to say government.
All right. Through his employment.
Through my current employer. So, 22 years in the military, active duty, never did drugs, never tried drugs or anything like that. But when I got out of the military, I was injured. So had back injuries, over 85% of my body has arthritis, knee surgery, ankle surgeries. So I came out 2015, retired 22 years, feeling good, still young. Then, as you're getting older, things start breaking down. So I had back surgery 2 years ago. They kept me on medication, oxycodone and morphine for 8 years. I'm talking about high dosage. I was tired of getting, being controlled and fiending for this stuff because that's what they have you do. They control you with it. So I didn't want to be controlled. Found out about the hemp culture, decided, hey, I'm not in the military anymore. Let me try something different. I came here, met Bernard. He introduced me to it, gave me the whole spiel. So when you do come here, he's going to introduce you. He's going to tell you the different things about it. It's up to you. It's not up to, he's not pushing nothing on you. He didn't push anything on me. It was a decision I decided for myself. From that day forward, when I found out about it, I went and educated myself, tried the samples he gave me, and it worked. It worked a lot better than the prescription drugs that they had me on. Went back to the doctor. They said, of course, it's a hemp, so it is a part of
The point.
the cannabis.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Hemp flower.
I did come up. I came up positive, but my thing was that was my decision, and I told my doctor I knew that I was going to do this because I didn't want to be controlled by the prescriptions anymore. He said, "Okay, if that's your decision," and I've been okay with that decision from day one because I've educated myself. Bernard and I become friends. He actually told me about the product before we became friends because he knows about his business. He knows about that side of it. So I appreciated that. I appreciate his honesty. And I'm telling all my people about it because I tell you what, nobody in my family would have believed if they would have saw me trying this. They'd have been like, what? You? But guess what? A lot of people are not educated on this stuff. They really aren't.
Right.
And I wasn't.
Yeah, so it's like, what happens is, you remember the time when that customer came in. I had a customer that come in here.
Yes.
And she says, I'm giving her the tour. Is this legal?
Right.
Is this legal?
I remember that.
I said, it gotta be legal. It got to be. I'm a black man in Peachtree City. It got to be legal. Because I'll be up under the jail if it wasn't.
Right.
But look, it's about your holistic health.
Right.
You gotta be just as determined to heal yourself than anybody else.
Yes.
The doctors are what? What they do? What they do? It's a
call
P
them-
word. It's a P
I
word.
call them practitioners because they're practicing on you. They are practitioners. They guessing. I tell you, I can tell, and I can tell Bernard so many stories about my health and what I've been through and how I should have been dead. I've had doctors giving up on me because they didn't know what was wrong with me. But guess what? I'm not giving up on myself.
Man, look, nobody gonna love you like you, right? Now,
Right.
I'm about to roll up this right here. I don't know if we're gonna get dinged for this, but there's many ways to feed your endocannabinoid system. And this is one way. So for the people that don't like it, I'm trying to cater to both sides of the crowd just to show you a visual of how it looks.
Right.
Some people like to do it this way. And some people like to do it this way. So I have many ways that you can do it. But if you do like that flavor, I got some flavors, especially for the ladies that smoke and they want a good little taste. This right here is my OG Blood Orange. And it's really, really smokes really, really good, get you in a good space. And it's okay to self-heal. It's okay. Now, they don't want us to say the heal word, but that's what I call it. I just keep the H the same. You can use the H for hemp, or you can use the H for healing. It all depends on how you want to use it. But, so, I had a couple of little showcases in here, man, and we had us a good little time because this is about a culture, man. I'm trying to create you a lifestyle, somewhere that you can go, feel free to, drink your hemp, smoke your hemp, talk about hemp and how it benefits you therapeutically.
Yeah.
And I created this environment where we had some karaoke going on. So I already knew my man Tony was down with it. I just invited him out. You know what I'm saying? He already got the swag look. So the culture creates the swag. So this is what we do. Show us some of your swag, man. I'm putting him on the spot right now, but I'm just having fun. I knew when he came through the door, I said he gonna come through foot first. He came in with the suede shoes on. I said, it's over. It's over. And that's what we do. But
yeah.
Hey, is it about the culture? Is it about the style?
It is. It's about the culture. It's about the style. And when I met Bernard, this is how I met him. He was swagged out. So I felt comfortable because that's the way I am. And they say birds of a feather flock together. This is somebody you want to keep in your crib. My circle is very small, but it's full of people that are business-minded, smart, young black entrepreneurs that want to be about something and want to see us go somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
And I try to keep those type of people around me. And anybody that knows me know that, of course, my circle is small, but it's very tight.
Yeah, you want to have good people around, and that's why I always tell people, your network is your net worth.
Yes.
And the reason why, because whoever your circle is, all of y'all gonna charge each other up to go greater, to a higher level.
Yep.
if you in a circle and you feeding the bottom, guess what? You about to fall through that bottom. You better keep it up here and find the people that's on top that you can pull to the top.
Right.
Pull to the top. And now they're gonna meet you halfway. That's if they wanna meet you halfway, because you know there is a group of people out there that's on that bourgeoisie.
Everybody not gonna be happy for you.
Y'all gotta stop that, man.
Everybody not gonna be happy for
Y'all got to stop that. But we ain't gonna talk about that. Now, well, we need to start talking about that on the podcast. I think that'll make for a good podcast. What you think, Tom?
We got a couple of topics that we need to talk about.
We need to talk about politics. We need to talk about politics. Many tick sucking. I'm just saying. But anyway, that's just me. That's what you're gonna find on the podcast.
Like
you might find some sayings that man, I wish I could have heard that back then.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We got to help each other, man.
But we do. We talk about things that Bernard and I sit and talk about, and it's not just him and I. It's our circle. We talk about things that other men don't talk about.
Right.
We sit and talk. We like, yo,
Yeah.
I didn't know you felt this way about that because I'm going through the same thing.
Absolutely.
And we as people, we don't talk about that enough.
Right.
We really don't. And this culture brought me to that. Finding that out, even about myself, because even in the military, we're taught to hold things in, suck it in. You know, you stand up, stand tall. You know, you're supposed to be tough and all that.
Right.
Man, I came into this different type of culture,
Right.
finding out, and then moving to Atlanta as well. So a lot of successful black men around here, but meeting people that are like yourself, that's into this, that won't follow the norm.
The norm.
Follow the norm.
Go against the grain.
Right.
Everybody going right don't mean that they going right. You know, being on pharmaceuticals and then transitioning to this holistic way.
Right.
Talk about in depth how you felt before and then how you felt after. So you on pharmaceuticals right now, or you on all these different,
So yeah, I was on oxycodone, I was on morphine, tablets, and Celebrex. They had me on a couple of other lesser pain medicines, but those were the two major ones. And I felt good, but it just kept me lethargic every day. Taking pills I got to take 2 in the morning, two morphine, one oxycodone in the morning, one morphine, one oxycodone, one morphine at night. So this kept me lethargic every day. I'm moving around, I'm operating, but I'm just operating. That's all I'm doing.
So what was your pain symptoms? I mean, what
My pain.
What was going on in your body?
What happened was military, 22 years, jumped out of airplanes, 22 messed up my knees, my ankles, everything, and I had to have back surgery because I had degenerative disc disease. 2 of my discs are laying on top of my bones.
Wow.
So they could only go in and replace one. Right now, this was 2 years ago. Of course, increase your dosage because now you had major back surgery.
Right.
So you're already on high doses. All we could do is move it up. We don't want to put you on nothing else.
Right.
Okay, move my dosage up. I'm still having pain, but I'm still dependent on them at the same time because we can only give you what we give you. You can't ask for no more. But if you need more, you better take what you got because you're only gonna get it next. I'm depending on them.
Right.
So I got tired of that because I'm constantly in pain. This is new to me. I'm used to running, jumping, a bodybuilder, in the gym constantly. Now this back surgery has set me down. So not only is my mentally getting ready to get messed up, I can't do what I want to do.
Right.
So I'm at work, here after I got the back surgery, telling one of my coworkers, I said, yo, man, they not giving me my pain medicine. Because he told me, he looked in my face, he said, yo, man, what's going on? He knew I had back surgery. He said, you in pain? I said, man, I'm in so much pain. He said, there's a place I want you to check out. He said, it's called the Hemp culture. He said, go in there, talk to the young lady behind the counter. He said, she's very knowledgeable. And I came in here.
Shouts out to Kennedy.
Yes, Kennedy. I came in here, I met Kennedy that first day. I explained to her about the guy. She knew who the guy was from my job. And she said, well, you need to come back and talk to my dad. She said, because it sounds like, you're really going through some stuff. I came back, I talked to Bernard, and he introduced me to the hemp culture. Explained everything to me about all the different samples, what they do, the oils versus the flour versus the gummies, broke everything down. I decided to try it myself. When I did try it, that first time I did try it, I tried the flour. And honestly, my body, I was in pain when I came in here, and I was no longer in pain, honestly. I'm gonna be honest with you, that was a new sensation for me. It was a new euphoria for me.
Now,
But it felt,
now, hold on. He never, ever, ever smoked like this. I mean, he probably did when he was younger, probably, but not like this after being once you be in the military, guess what? You clean. Clean.
Yeah.
And you hitting that mug right there, man, the explosion in your body,
Yeah.
it's just going boom. And it's going to numb everything.
And I didn't feel high. I felt good. I felt really good. The pain wasn't in my back no more, my knees. And I told Bernard, I said, yo, I said, I like this. I said, but I'm gonna try, my body, because my body gets used to so much medication, that's why I had a high tolerance, because it gets used to new substance in my body. So it builds up tolerance.
So speaking of that, hold on, I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Check this out now. When you was on your medication kept you at a high too, right?
Yeah. A lethargic high. It was like,
right. But you really are high, because if they took the medicine away, when you couldn't get your medicine, what was you doing for the medicine?
You was fiending.
You fiending for the medicine.
I was fiending for that medicine that they took away from me. And I was like, you know what? Y'all go ahead and keep that medicine.
Right.
Because y'all not gonna control me with that medicine. And that's when I decided I had to make a choice. And I sat down with my wife, because we make that choice together. And I told her, I said, babe, I said, I've been over to this new shop. I said, I tried it, I like it. I said, I want you to be able to understand why I'm doing this. Because my wife is a virtuous woman. When I tell you, a very virtuous woman from the Bible, and I love her. 32 years, we celebrated 32 years yesterday.
Congrats.
I love her to death. I run everything by her. And this was a major decision, like buying a house or a car. This was a major decision in my life, because these decisions like this and drugs and introducing things into your body that it's not used to, it has a big effect on both of you guys, whether you know it or not. So this was a decision I had to make. And mind you, she kept monitoring me the first 2 months that I was taking this stuff, which was fine, because my mood didn't change, my attitude didn't change, everything went. But guess what? When I came off those prescription drugs, I went through depression. My body, my heart was racing, because I couldn't. It was just so much physical abuse on my body that I just started walking just to tire myself out, so I couldn't go through that stuff. Yeah. So yes, it was a big change.
Well, I mean,
very big change.
Man, look, I'm first of all, man, I want to say congratulations, man, on your, the anniversary and everything. And also, I want to say congratulations on the change, because guess what? Had you not made that change, you would have been walking to a dialysis center.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you'll go from walking to the dialysis center to rolling to the dialysis center. And you'll go from rolling to the dialysis center all the way down.
Yeah.
We got to change it, man.
We did.
And that's why I tell people, man, I don't care what you do. You don't have to come in here and buy these products if you don't want to. I'm just telling you to change the way you're living on your lifestyle for medication. I'm just telling you, just think about it and look into something different.
Yes.
Somebody got to be out there in the wilderness, and I feel like I'm John the Baptist telling the world, hey, yo, listen, stop taking these drugs and these prescriptions. Find another alternative. Use God's way.
But it wasn't just with pain medicine with me, because, of course, high cholesterol, they say it runs in your family. How does it run in my family? I don't understand, but they say it runs in your family. They told me I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and pre-diabetes. All this was before hemp, mind you. All this was pre-hemp. So they kept giving me medication. Oh, this is going to bring it down. Oh, it's causing this problem. So here, take this and the cholesterol medicine along with the pre-diabetes medicine, all the stuff they kept giving me, and I was tired of it. Post hemp, I have the, like Cat Williams say, I had the receipts, pre-hemp, post-hemp, all of my lab work. My lab work is fine, post-hemp, and I promise you that. No high cholesterol, no diabetes, none of that stuff. So, hey, it works for me. So I just say, give it a chance.
And it's just that, we just trying to share what we got in our information. Now, your doctors, you go to your doctors and they talk to them and say,
go to the doctor.
This what we do and this how we do, and see what they suggest about it. And like I always say, I tell people to go to projectcbd.org, projectcbd.org. And guess what? Put in your ailments, say this and say, hey, I'm dealing with this, I'm dealing with that, and just see how CBD. My job is to just educate, spread the word, just like everything else. We, with that being said,
hold up. You asked me about my pre-hemp. What's going on?
All right, so with me.
How'd you get started?
Basically, I got started. I was on blood pressure pills. I was on cholesterol pills. I was on all that. I'm just gonna get it to you. I'm gonna talk like we at the bar. All right. So we gonna act like we at the club, whatever. We just chilling. We smoking a cigar, which I do have a cigar. Yeah. And one day that thing wouldn't get up for me, man. I said, hold up, wait a minute. Gotta put that boom up in it. So I go to my doctor the next day, man. I said, hey, doc, look, hey, you gotta get this working. Hey, this what happened to me. She said, oh. It was an Indian doctor. She said, oh, that's just the side effect of the prescription drug that you're on. We will make you a prescription for Viagra or Cialis. I said, you will not make me a prescription for no Viagra or Cialis. You gonna have to tell me how to make this change around, or whatever I got to do, I'm gonna do it. Cause I told her I'd rather die than to lose this energy that I got so much to give to you, my dear. It's gonna be a lifetime. It's gonna be years. I want mine to work for years and years and years. But anyway, we're gonna keep it moving. And so I wind up, and at the same time, on a sad note, I was going through a depression. Just so happened, my mom had passed away, man, and I had went through this deep depression, man. I had never been depressed before. I was always a happy guy. They called me Smiley when I played football. I hit you, and my coach Hunter, he said, that joker there, I can't even get mad at him. He said every time he hits somebody, he just smiles and he smiles at it. Man, coach, my coach was like a comedian, man, and he's a preacher right now to this day. And this guy would say these sayings, man, and everybody remember you from the, they called me Yeomans. That was my last name, but it was the way he said it.
Right.
Everybody, and that was a cool little deal, man. I hope I hit the microphone too hard, man. But here's the deal, man. I wind up going through that depression, and I needed something to calm me down. Yes, I started off with the alcohol thing because I was like, the alcohol thing, because I was 100% Christian now.
Right.
100% Christian.
Right.
Didn't want to, always have my mama in the ear about the plant. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I can't violate that. I'm trying to stay true to it, but I know it helps.
Right. Yep.
So I said, well, maybe if I add the alcohol, it would, it would coat some of this hurt that I couldn't even sleep at night and stuff like that, man. And man, I drank the whole bar till I got to the last bottle. Got to the last bottle, and my daughter gave me a wake-up call.
Wow.
That one that works in the store.
Right, Kennedy.
Man, that thing had me crying tears, man. I had so many tears, man. I had tears that I didn't even know I had. Yep. But I'm still grieving at the same time. But that was the last day that I was doing the alcohol thing. So that's why I used to preach that don't alcohol. So I went through that phase, and my hangout buddies didn't understand that because we were. They used to me going out to the bars, and they used to do that. But I'm in my mind, I'm transitioning from that. So I got to tell them, man. It's hard to tell them, nah, man. I hit them, but they like, you don't drink that much no more, man, because I don't believe in it no more.
Right.
And then they'll buy you a drink. It's amazing, boy, when you come off that joke. No, I don't want the drink, and I can't tell them that because it feels. I don't want them to be out of their comfort zone. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what that was kind of about, and so a lot of my friends out there, that's what that was about, and that's why now I just recently started kind of connecting back, but most of my whole family, it was a connect from alcohol. Yeah, I was like, nah.
But you know, I used to say, I didn't want to be with, or I didn't want to associate myself with anybody that hasn't been through anything.
Right.
And I think that's why you and I drew so close together,
Yeah.
because we've been through a lot of the
lot.
same thing.
Same things,
together.
bro. I was
you
like,
know,
wow.
with my mom just passing this year, you could relate to it. So you kind of was like that big brother.
Oh,
even
yeah.
though I'm older, you were like,
Yeah,
let
yeah.
me talk to you, you know. So
Yeah, you know, I remember that, man, and I was able to kind of share what I felt. I was kind of sharing what, hey, man, this how you, it's gonna hurt, you know, it's gonna this, that, and the other, and I was just giving you some wisdom
Right.
that I hope that I could have, and I
Yeah.
guess it worked for you.
It
You know what I'm
did.
saying? I was
It
just
did.
pouring my heart.
It did.
Just being
It
being
did.
regular and just telling it from my point of view. But from that, man, I started taking these products, and I found a company that I was rocking with. I ain't gonna even put them out there because
I'm not rocking with them no more.
I'm not rocking with them like that, and that's just keeping it 100.
Right.
So now I'm rocking with the Hemp culture. So rock with me. Let's rock tonight for old time's sake. Hey, man, look.
We're not gonna break out into a song.
I'm gonna break out
now
into a
and
song,
then.
man.
You gonna-
I'm gonna freestyle in a minute. Now, the people that know, they know. They know I've been doing this for a long time. But
Yeah.
you know, and they offered me an opportunity to do business, and I just jumped on the opportunity. But I didn't see it as an opportunity to do business like that. I didn't want to get rich off of it. It was an opportunity to tell how to live a righteous life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or not necessarily a righteous life, but a holistic life.
Holistic life.
You know, I am feeling a little groovy, so I might mess up and twist up a little words, which you will every now and again, but you're gonna be always sincere. And speaking of that, ooh-wee, y'all ready for this? Now I might lose a lot of followers. That's where we go into faith. You see, me and Tony will talk about faith.
Yeah.
You know, at one point I was moving this route, but now I'm moving, I don't know, I'm moving away from the route that was given. But I got cats like Tony, he shared his version of it. And that's why I want to get with some of these groups out here that want to talk about this faith thing and this religion thing. I'm big on that because we've been hoodwinked and we've been bamboozled. That shout out to Malcolm X. But speaking of faith, man, you want to share some information about it?
All I got to do, the same thing you told me. When I came in here, Bernard said, because I had a lot of questions, you know, about this, the different culture, about why they don't tell us about stuff like this. Bernard said, the same reason they didn't tell us about slavery. I said, what do you mean? He said, go read why, what'd you say, how slavery started and how it got into the Bible.
Oh, yeah.
And I went and read that. A lot of people don't know that. You know, and a lot of my family members don't want to hear that because there are a lot of people that are still, hey, this is what was written, this is what was said. No. You have to go back and see why the Catholic started what they did.
Man, don't you do that. You're not supposed to question God. You'll
I'm
go
not
to
supposed
hell.
question God, but
You go to hell.
my bad.
I'm
my
just
bad.
wanted to say,
But you know, and
no, I'm
that
just-
got me on that. Y'all heard me earlier say I do research. So I went and did my research on it, and I went back to find out how did it really, and then did y'all know that the Pope actually apologized for slavery? A lot of people didn't know that.
Well, he the one said
We
it
don't
was.
want to
it was-
get them on that.
We don't want to go there.
We don't want
But
to get
look,
them on that path.
we're gonna keep.
But why would he apologize if it was already written in the Bible? Why would he have to apologize for that? Gotta go study, people. Gotta go study.
Amen.
But hey, these are things, and it's not just because you sit around and you smoke. It's conversation.
Yeah, all I want to say to that, and now with that faith walk is he who has the gun gonna rule. That was the vibranium from the Black Panther, the one who had the guns, went around, and that's what they did. They took.
Again.
But we ain't gonna talk about that.
Again, like I told my wife when we had this discussion, it's not that I don't believe in Christ. I'm not saying that. I believe that he died for us. He was raised. I believe the whole 9 yards. I just certain things that were put in the Bible, were put in there, like Sundays and Easter and Christmas and things that Christmas is not in the Bible, but certain things that pagan holidays.
A lot of pagan holidays.
But
we're gonna get off of that, man, because we had to talk about that on the side.
Men sit around and talk about that other people don't know about.
And that
because
here's why
it's forbidden.
Here's why we talk about it, because the fact that we are men trying to organize our family, trying to better them and put them in a better position, show them how to be holistic,
right?
Show them how to invest and all the stuff that a lot of times our parents didn't give us.
Look, my sons was doing a holistic thing before I knew what they were doing.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they were.
They was.
Hey, look, I knew I was doing. I was holistic before my mama knew, and then when my mama found out, it was off the chain, bro.
So when you said we want our sons to know about the holistic, they already knew before I knew.
And what happened is, now that's the oxymoron thing in that, because guess what, you learn how to smoke from your friends and stuff like that. Like in my case, I learned how to smoke from my friends, and I felt good about it. You know what I'm saying? And it made me balance. It made me calm, like I am right now.
Right.
But I couldn't tell mom and them that. That would have been, she thought it was the devil.
Yeah.
And she was like, nah, you don't do this, that, and the other. But I'm like, Ma, you just don't understand. You just don't understand. And I couldn't tell her that.
Right.
So I just did it.
Right.
I couldn't tell none of my family members. I think I was kicking it with my brother one day, and my guys, that's what we did. And then I forgot my brother was with me. I was like, oh snap! What am I gonna do?
Right.
I went on and hit it, and I was like, "Yeah, bro, hit it." But he wasn't really on his. I was like,
wow.
And he looking at me, cause I'm the little brother.
Right.
So he like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Man, hey. Shoot, it is what it is." But everybody was into that thing. But anyway, we're gonna keep it going. So the main thing is we want to be able to talk about tough conversations.
Yes, like I just had with
Tough conversation. Because
thinking conversations too.
The minute you talk about these tough conversations, you lose a whole lot of people because they don't want to investigate on their own. You just have to do the investigation.
Right.
Don't just settle and say that this is what it is. You look at dates, you look at timestamps, you look at history, you look at how different things are.
And I when we talk, I say, and even in the Bible, Hosea tells us that tradition has blinded the true word of God and made it of no avail. People don't get that. We are so caught up in tradition. That's why I can't go. I love church, and I do, but I can't go to these traditional churches because it's the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. God is not the same person over and over and over and over. Even though it says he's not the same, he's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I mean, forever. We can't keep doing the same thing and expecting the different results.
Right.
That's my thing. So why am I going to church every Sunday to hear you get up there and scream and holler when I can read it for myself? And that's what I've been doing. I've started reading for myself and getting my interpretation and asking God to give me that. So that's these conversations and of course we come together as men and we discuss how we feel about these different subjects. I'll bring it to Bernard because there was a guy on YouTube. I said, check this guy out. He went and checked him out. I said, what do you think? He's like, I agree with some of the stuff, and I agree, and that's how we started these conversations.
Right.
Okay, tell me what you don't think about, and these are conversations we need to have as men, and not just on religion, on parenting, on being good men, Because you always hear the story that there's not a lot of good men out there.
Oh man, look, Dad.
What?
I beg to differ.
Where are you hanging at?
I beg to differ, man. Matter of fact, I only want to vibrate with people that are good men and that are good husbands, good fathers,
Yep.
good businessmen. Whether you working a job or not, it's character.
Right.
That's all I want.
That's what we lacking.
Be a man of character, you know? And that's the stuff that I like, you know? And I find that I vibrate those kind of people.
Yeah.
And that's how Tony is here. And he's that same guy. You know, good loving family, wife is cool, sons are cool, and he making sure that they getting to the next level in life.
Right.
And the same thing I'm doing. I got 3 girls, good loving wife, and I'm like, yo, I gotta.
But you don't hear about us.
Nah,
You don't hear about us.
they not like
No,
us.
they
They
not
not like us. They not like
Right.
us.
They not like
But I'm trying to find the people that
Here.
oh man, the Hawaii, LL Hawaiian, man, I'm telling you that was good. But I'm gonna have some good people on this show and good connects that y'all can kind of like connect with and represent. I'm also bringing some of my Clark people. I'm also bringing some of my CAU, that's right, and I'm also bringing some of my high school folks, man. I got all kind of people in the circle. Like they do paintings, they do food. It all depends. We're gonna make it happen.
We are.
And-
We are. I'm thinking about a sip and paint.
Yeah.
Sip and paint. But at the same time, I'm also thinking about like a couples type of newlywed night.
Man, sure, we can do that. And guess what? We're gonna
I got a
call
lot
it
of ideas.
puff and paint so we can puff and paint at the
Puff
same
and paint. I like that. I like that.
I
like
You
that.
know, so yeah, man, we vibing, man. And like I said, man, I was back to the karaoke, man. That's part of my ADHD. I go here and I go there and I go everywhere.
He's trying
But
to
that's
get me
how
to
it
sing
goes.
so bad.
When I
am
tell
not singing.
you, this cat right here got a voice, oh man. But that's the kind of fun stuff that we do.
We do.
And it's off the cuff. Whether you sound good or not,
Look,
it's off the cuff.
we here to have fun and,
Yeah.
and vibe and get together and meet other people. It's not just us here that come here. When the first time Bernard threw something here at the shop, I saw all kinds of people coming here, and
Yeah.
I felt there was so much diversity in here. It was so much diversity in here that
Right.
it was beautiful.
Right.
It was beautiful.
So this remember, it's the hemp culture.
Right.
So it's all cultures, all styles, all flavors.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just think that we the human race. And the human race simply is God creation. Now, if you really want to know how I think, and you ain't gonna be judgmental, I'm gonna tell you how I think.
Wait,
and it's
hold on.
definitely gonna
Hold
be
on. Put
on this podcast. But let me tell you,
Put this up somewhere. Judgment-free zone.
judgment-free zone. You
Put
see
it
what I'm saying?
around us.
I'm with that. I'm with that.
Judgment-free zone.
The judgment-free zone, because every humankind was distinctly made from a black man, from a white man, from an Asiatic man, whether he Chinese, Japanese, or whatever flavor it came from an even Native American person, and then from you got these African Indian people that has long hair and they got black feet. God or the creator, whoever created everybody to a science.
Right.
And then there was a shift where we mixed and mingled. You see? And that came through colonization mostly. But if everybody was in their separate environment, you would see a different culture of people. But we'll talk about that. I don't know the science behind it because nobody really knows. But everybody can give a shot at it. And some people think that they hitting home runs more than the other person. And that ain't really the case. We all don't know, but if we all put our resources together, we're gonna find out today. We're gonna find out
We're
today.
gonna learn today.
You're gonna learn today. But look, man, I ain't gonna keep y'all long. One thing I'll be short and sweet, and I know this might have been too long, but look, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Hemp Culture. Catch us on the next episode, and we're going to have some more stuff. Hemp Culture.